So, welcome to my last night in Rome, at least for now. Hope to get back here someday. Tomorrow we head off to Tuscany and the 600-year-old castle and the day trips to a whole bunch of different cities. But I'll fill you in on this morning and actually last night. Last night we had a walking tour again. We had 3 walking tours yesterday. 3. One for the Colosseum in the morning, one for the Vatican, and then one for the Colosseum again. Because that shit is so cool. It deserves 2 tours. All right. So I'm trying to think where we left off. So last night we after my last video, we did the Vatican. The Vatican wound up. I just didn't feel comfortable there. I guess it was beautiful in some respects. There were tons and tons and tons of people. Like the lines of people going into the Sistine Chapel was like, it was just a constant flow of people, and there was no air conditioning until you actually get physically into the Sistine Chapel. So it was brutally hot inside this building. Miserable, actually, and it didn't help that I was starving. I was like seriously hungry the entire time. I could not stop thinking about food. And then, it's a complicated situation with it. Not complicated at all. I despise the Catholic Church in all their being, every single way. So I guess I have mixed feelings about actually going. But I'm being fine. And as soon as we got out, I grabbed a hot dog, even though we were going to be going to dinner. I grabbed a hot dog and then went back to the hotel. There were some of us that were trying to find a place to eat. We walked all the way to this one restaurant. It turns out that their power was out, so we had to wind up another restaurant. It was one of those perfect, like, classic, chaotic, fucked up vacation things. But we wound up at this place. I had pasta fagioli, which was delicious, way better than my mother's. It turns out my mother didn't know how to make it. And then I had a pizza, which redeemed itself. This pizza was really, really good too. Sausage and mushroom. And then we had our walking tour again outside the Colosseum and a area around there and whatnot, and wound up going to a I guess it was considered a gay bar, but it was not very. They had music, and they had, I guess maybe it was more of a gay restaurant than a gay bar, but it was fine. There wasn't a lot of people in there. There was music and there wasn't dancing really, but I was back at the room by like 11:30 or so. And then this morning, we had breakfast and we had a walking tour of Rome, which was really cool. Got to see some other places we haven't seen yet, and then went to lunch with some guys that I just met yesterday. So that's what this is. It's a tour group from people from around the world. There's 31 of us. Some people know each other, some people don't. And not all after the tour, not all of us wanted to keep wandering around and doing things. Some people wanted to go back to the hotel. Of course, I wanted to wander around and do things. We wound up going to lunch, and I feel like there's a reflection off my glasses. Take those motherfuckers off, all right? Toss them over there. And we saw something very funny. So we were sitting out at lunch. It was a really, really good Italian restaurant. What did I get? I got some pasta dish, which was good, but we also got some meatballs. And I'm telling you, these meatballs, best meatballs ever. Sorry, Ma, but they were the best meatballs ever. But we're sitting outside, as a lot of these places are outside. And right next to the road, the cars, there's no sidewalk. So the cars drive right through, right next to where you're sitting, essentially. And we saw this this black Mercedes coming up, driving slowly. Windows rolled down. He had rolled the window down, and he was nicely dressed, and he was ugly. People said he looked like Gollum. And he was a pretty ugly guy, but he looked, I don't want to stereotype people here, but he looked like a mafia guy who was slowing down, looking in every restaurant for the person that he was supposed to whack, right? That's kind of what it looked like. But the funny part about it was he was blasting, I don't know if any of you know the song Passionate Kisses by Mary Chapin Carpenter. It's from the 90s. It's Passionate Kisses, Passionate Kisses. He's blasting that song, of all songs, like this soft rock song from Mary Chapin Carpenter. It was quite amusing. I found it funny. Yeah. So tonight, all 31 people are here for the first time. We're going to have a meet and greet upstairs at the deck, the roof deck, roof bar, I guess. And then we'll all go out to dinner and whatever afterwards. And then in the morning, it's Tuscany time. So I'll let you know how that goes.